into the Penguin Panel portion of the Jambar Sports Extra. I'm Will Anderson, and I'm joined here today by
Jordan Bond.
And Will Staton.
We've had some great sports in the last couple of weeks. We obviously had a break because of spring break, but we're back and we're ready to get kicking. On that note, the Youngstown State women's basketball team made program history this week, reaching the Horizon League Championship for the first time ever. The Penguins put together a strong run through the tournament before falling just short of the title. Jambar Sports reporter Marissa Masano has more.
For the first time in program history, Youngstown State advanced to the Horizon League Championship, but the road there started weeks earlier on Senior Day. On February 25th, the Penguins defeated Detroit Mercy University 72-60 inside Zidon Family Arena. Sophomore Sophia Gregory led the way with a game-high 20 points and 12 rebounds, while redshirt freshman Sarah Baker added 18 points to set a new program record for most points by a freshman in a single season. Detroit Mercy tried to make a late push with a fourth-quarter run, but junior Paulina Hernandez stopped the momentum with an offensive rebound and second-chance tip-in to help YSU close out the win. The Penguins carried that momentum into the Horizon League Tournament quarterfinals on March 4th against Wright State University. YSU pulled out a 76-70 victory, led by sophomore Erica King, who scored a game-high 19 points. King sparked the Penguins in the second half with a steal and back-to-back three-pointers to extend the lead. Wright State cut the deficit late, but a three-pointer from Hernandez helped seal the win. In the semifinals, YSU faced in-state rival Cleveland State University. The Penguins overcame a third-quarter scoring drought to win 60-55 and punch their ticket to the championship. Cameron led Youngstown State with 16 points. With just 22 seconds left, Cameron hit a go-ahead three-pointer to give YSU the lead. After the game, Cameron also accredited King's three-pointer that put an end to the Penguins' scoring drought in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think her three was really, really big. We were going, like he said, we're on a big scoring drought, and she kept us in it. And then all of our threes, we all tell each other next shot, and then everyone has confidence in each other. So I think knowing that we all have confidence in each other helps you not be nervous to take the next shot and just be confident.
On the final possession, Baker secured the rebound to clinch the historic victory. The Penguins then faced top-seeded University of Wisconsin-Green Bay in the Horizon League Championship. YSU held a 28-25 halftime lead, but the Phoenix pulled away in the second half to win 57-49 and claim their third league title. Despite the loss, sixth-year Casey Santoro and Gregory were named to the Horizon League All-Tournament team, the first Penguins to earn that honor since 2019. Regardless of the result, head coach Melissa Jackson is confident her team has another opportunity at a postseason crown.
Credit to our team, very, very proud of them. We continue to fight, but at the end of the day, we didn't get the W that we wanted. But we've had an unbelievable year. We put together a great resume, fully expect for us to be in postseason, and we're excited for that opportunity.
YSU finishes the season 24-9, capping off a historic run. The team now awaits a selection for a potential postseason tournament. For Jambar TV, I'm Marissa Masano.
Obviously, heartbreaking loss for the team after Melissa Jackson, second-year head coach for the Penguins. Just what a turnaround from last year. Was able to get to that championship first time ever, but really that game, I'd say the big differences were Green Bay was able to make 9 more free throws. They had 14 points off of our 16 turnovers. And we got down a little bit and started putting up shots. We missed 14 three-pointers in that second half, and that's really what separated the two teams. But for the Penguins, I'd rather just look ahead for them. So what do you guys see going forward for this team?
So going ahead, honestly, the toughest part is we're not going to have Casey Santoro next year. She's played 6 years of college basketball. Let's face it, she's gone. But looking forward, I feel like there is actually a very obvious successor that might not be obvious until you start looking into it. Right on the game before we went to the Horizon League Championship for the first time in program history, the person holding the ball at the end of it was Sarah Baker after she got that last rebound. And when you think
Fadeaway?
Exactly. Now, when we go into the stats, Sarah Baker was second in points per game. She's a freshman. She made the all-freshman team for the Horizon League, second only to Casey Santoro. She is third in rebounds per game, Without Casey Santoro, that's second. And when she's a freshman, you're going to see her evolve. You're going to see her develop. And later on, I feel like you're going to see Sarah Baker starting to lead this team like Casey Santoro did this year.
I feel like we also have a hidden gem that not many people are talking about. We have sophomore Erica King. She scored a game-high 19 points during that championship. I feel like she has a very strong potential to also pick up some of the slack that's going to be left behind going into the future seasons. She was player of the game during this season. I remember she had an interview. And I feel like she has a lot of potential, as well as your freshman. I mean, Will, where do you think we go from here?
Well, yeah, so first off, obviously not going to be in March Madness, not going to be in the big tournament, but they're going to be in the postseason of some sort. It's either going to be the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament, which was just made in 2024, or the WNIT, the National Invitational Tournament. So there's still going to be some success for this team, and they're going to hope to win that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really going to be, hopefully this group stays together. Melissa Jackson's made something special, and they're going to be good going forward.
Oh, of course. But, I mean, that kind of brings us into the men's basketball, right? And the Youngstown State men's basketball team closed out the regular season with a pair of tough road losses before falling in the Horizon League tournament. Reporter Zach Flesh for the Jambar has more on the story.
The Penguins first traveled to Milwaukee on February 25th, where they fell to the Panthers 78-65 inside UWM Panther Arena. Milwaukee opened the game strong, scoring the first 8 points of the night. Youngstown State responded midway through the first half with a 10-0 run to cut the deficit to 2 points. Coming out of halftime, seniors Bryson Dawkins and Chris Carroll each scored on layups to tie the game at 41 with just over 17 minutes remaining. But Milwaukee answered with a 12-1 run and pulled away late to secure the win. Junior Rich Rolfe led the Penguins with a double-double, finishing with 11 points and 10 rebounds. Youngstown State then wrapped up the regular season February 28th with an 85-63 loss on the road against Green Bay. Chris Carroll led the Penguins with 22 points, while Vlad Salaridze added 12 of his own. Despite the late season losses, Carroll was named to All-Horizon League second team, averaging 17.4 points per game and making 87 three-pointers this season. Senior Emmanuel Zorkville also added all defensive team honors after leading the Horizon League with 59 blocks. Head coach Ethan Faulkner said the recognition was well-deserved.
We've had obviously a very, very balanced, competitive year in the league. I think a lot of players very deserving of being all-league honorees. Certainly felt like Chris and I-Man being recognized was very deserving. Chris has been one of the best scorers in the league all year, one of the most consistent scorers in the league.
Youngstown State entered the Horizon League tournament as the 9th seed and faced second-seeded Robert Morris University on March 4th. The Penguins trailed by 5 at halftime, but couldn't overcome a second-half run by the Colonials. Robert Morris pulled away for a 68-53 victory, ending Youngstown State's season. The Penguins finished the year with a 15-18 overall record and went 8-13 in Horizon League play.
And guys, with the men's team, they really fought their heart out the whole season. Unfortunately, we had a devastating loss in the championship. But, I mean, over the season, who has stood out to you guys as star players of this team? Who do you think has really helped us get to the championship?
The stats might not show it. However, there is one guy in particular. You guys might not know who I'm talking about. It might not be a little too obvious.
Trust me,
but
we know.
Tay Blackshear. All right, fine.
You still think he's the best?
I don't think he's the best, but I think he's a big contributor.
Okay, why?
Now, the stats might not show it overall, but when he's coming off the bench and playing more than 15 minutes a game, he plays like a starter. Mm-hmm. He is top 3 in points per game. He's top 3 in shooting from 3. He's doing great things that many aren't seeing because we're seeing great players like Chris Carroll, great defensive players like Emmanuel Zorkville. I know you've got something to say about him. But Tay Blackshear may be the most underrated piece of this entire team. And I think going forward, we are going to see more of Tay Blackshear, and he's going to show people who he is, and we are going to remember his name in the years to come.
I can't wait to see him more on this team. I know that he's still on the younger side of what our team is, so I know especially as he gets more experience with our team, more chemistry, I think he's going to do amazing things. But like you said, we also have some defensive people that have been doing great. We got Emmanuel Zorkville, who has 60 blocks on the season, whereas second place has 14. Really shows you the kind of difference that he's making for the men's defense. And he appeared in every game after missing out on the entire last season due to an injury. This is one of the best defensive comebacks I've seen from the Penguins in a while. I mean, where do you guys think that we go from here going into postseason and even next year?
Well, the problem is I don't know if they're going to be in postseason, unlike the women. Just sad season overall, really, after being in the championship last year, heartbreaker, and then going into this one 15-17 overall, just kind of a letdown with the high hopes. And it's going to be hard for Ethan Faulkner, I'll be honest. You lose 7 seniors. You lose Chris Carroll, Bryson Dawkins, Cam Pollock, Jason Nelson, Tyler Robinette, and Vlad Salarite. Also just eligibility, not even mentioning the players that you might lose with the transfer portal in today's day and age. And Chris Carroll, Dawkins started all 32 games. Nelson started all 31 that he played in. And Vlad Salarite and Kim Pollock played 27 and 29 games respectively. So it's going to have to be a new team.
Do you think we can fill that power gap?
And you're going to need players like Tay Blackshear to help with that team going forward. But on that note, we'll be right back to talk a little bit about baseball and some lacrosse.
Why Youngstown State University? Because when it comes to the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
Why Youngstown State University? Because I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. I can do anything here. I know why. It's not a question, it's the answer. Youngstown State University. Know why.
All right, Penguins, welcome back. Thanks for sticking through us with that break. Next, we got Will talking a little bit about baseball.
Over the course of the past 4 weeks, the Youngstown State University baseball team played through their first 14 games of the season. After being swept by the University of Auburn, the Penguins traveled to Eugene, Oregon to face the Oregon Ducks in a 4-game series. Senior Braden Gebhardt struck out 5 batters and allowed 1 unearned run during 7 innings in an 8-3 loss to Oregon on February 28th. The Penguins dropped the other 3 games, failing to prevent a second sweep. After the loss to Oregon, YSU traveled to Farmville, Virginia to play at Longwood University. On February 27th, Gebhardt struck out 12 batters in 7 innings, preventing the Lancers from getting a run until after he exited the game. Down by 1 in the top of the 9th, redshirt seniors Teddy Ruffner and Kendall Spencer rallied with 1 RBI each to put the Gwins up by 1 to enter the final half inning. To close the game, the Penguins turned to senior Sloan Ulrich, who struck out 2 batters to record his first save of the season and YSU's first win of the season. The Penguins fell in their next 3 games against Longwood before traveling to Evansville, Indiana to play the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles. The Penguins lost 3 straight once again, failing to prevent another sweep as the team fell to 1-13. The Penguins begin their Horizon League Conference play at March 13th against Oakland. All right, baseball hasn't gone well, but there are still some people that deserve some commendation here. Who do you think has been showing up despite these losses?
I mean, we heard about him the most in the story. Senior Braden Gebhardt. He has an ERA of 0, which leads the Horizon League and the NCAA. He's currently the best pitcher right now with 32 strikeouts and only 12 hits. We have seen massive things from this pitcher. I mean, where else have we seen good plays on the field?
I mean, it's really been all about him. Hitting-wise, we need to get hot. Right now, it's just Alex Jang. He has a 375 average and 32 at-bats. He leads the team. No one else is above 250. If you want to win games, your bats are going to have to get hot. You can't just rely on Gebhardt leading you to scoreless innings. You're going to have to help get him some run support.
Right.
But the good news about Gebhardt is not only is he the best pitcher in college baseball, but let's encapsulate that right now. He has an ERA of 0. He has 32 strikeouts. People bat 139 against him, and he has only 8 walks. Everything I just said leads to the Horizon League. Everything. When we say he is the best pitcher in college baseball, that is not an understatement. He is the best pitcher in college baseball right now, bar none.
But if we switch from offense to defense, how has our defense been doing? Do you think that if we improved there as well, it could also help our losses?
Our fielding's been pretty decent. I didn't see too many errors on the defensive side, but obviously you're going to have to do your best on the defensive side to help win games. But it's really those bats, I think. Speaking of a team that has had a little bit of a rough start, the Youngstown State University women's lacrosse team is still searching for its first win of the season, losing 3 games over the past 2 weeks to Monmouth, UMBC, and Marquette. The Youngstown State Penguins opened the stretch February 22nd on the road against the Monmouth Hawks. Sophomore Claire Benziger and senior Allie Garrett each found the net. Monmouth controlled the game from the start, going 6-0 in the first quarter and never let up, winning 17-7. The Gwins then traveled to Baltimore to face the UMBC Retrievers. Junior Ava Kreutzer scored within 5 seconds to give the Penguins the lead to start. Despite the hat trick by junior Gwen Bogash, UMBC closed the game strong with 7 of the last 8 goals to take the win 14-5. The Penguins then returned home on March 6 to face the Marquette Golden Eagles at Farmers National Field. Benziger and Garrett once again had multiple goals between the two of them, but Marquette's offense proved too much to match as the Golden State pulled away to win 19-9. Youngstown State will look to earn its first win of the season when the Penguins host UMass at noon on March 14th at Farmers National Bank Field. And that game is the start of action for its start of conference play, Mid-American Conference play for the lacrosse team. But what have you guys seen from this? It's been a rough start. We got to tell it how it is. It hasn't been the start head coach Liza Oakley would have hoped in her first year. What have you seen as the bright spots so far?
Well, what have you seen?
So honestly, I think Claire Betziger is one of the main bright spots of the team. Offense, we've struggled. Defense, we've struggled. But there is a bright spot, and that's Claire Benziger, who's our leading scorer. Obviously, she can't be the only one who does the work. We need other people to step up. But Claire Benziger has been doing well. If she keeps consistent and everybody else starts learning from her and starts following her example, we're going to see hopefully better things going forward.
I mean, we have also seen Allie Garrett make some scores as well, but it's like you said, we need a little bit more offense, and we definitely need a lot more defense. Will, I know you call the games. What have you seen there?
That's exactly right. It's really been your top goal scorers that you going into the season was Claire Benziger was all freshman MAC team last year, so you knew she was going to be good for you. And then Ava Kreutzer was your leading returning goal scorer. The other leading goal scorers had left for eligibility and other reasons. And we haven't really seen a game where Kreutzer and Benziger have been on the same page and been hot offensively. And I think that's going to need to change if they're going to want to get some wins in the MAC, which is really what matters. The conference play is what matters.
And I think that we definitely have potential. We just need to up our game a little bit.
And that's exactly right. We'll see what happens as the season continues, as that's all we have for you today on the Penguin Panel portion of the Jambar Sports Extra. I'm Will Anderson.
I'm Jordan Bond.
And I'm Will Stepp.
Have a great day, Penguins.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.